Hi, friends. Welcome back to the chat. I am Mari E,
And I go by is the Lake Thomas.
and we are the Group Chat is Live podcast where pop culture, social media, and real life collide. Dwight, what is poppin'?
Oh, nothing. Listen, I heard it's pie day now. I ain't no mathematician, but I could use some sweet potato pie.
Okay, yes, it is 314 Day, which also is known as Pi Day. So you are right, but I don't think that on 314 Day, Pi Day, they're talking about sweet potatoes. I think they're talking about math.
Oh, yeah, but I'll be hungry. And if you don't like sweet potato, I'm concerned because, but I can't. People be talking about pumpkin pie. That's that white people stuff. I don't get down like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've even had pumpkin pie ever before in life. But yeah, sweet potatoes all the way. You know what I'm saying? We always
Yeah,
we always real black and I'm proud around here. So yes.
yeah. Black on black. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, we got a lot to talk about on this good old pie day. Okay, it's been a lot of pie smashing and people having to wipe things off their face. Listen, the internet has been wild, so we need to just jump right into the culture check where we talk about and get past the headlines and we dive deep into all the things happening in the internet streets. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about Pastor Jamal Bryant and this whole Target boycott debacle. Now, listen, before I even dive in deep, are you up to speed on what's going on with Target?
You know I am because I made a video when we first started boycotting them, saying that we wasn't going back. It went viral. I became the one of the faces of we ain't going to Target.
Well, apparently the boycott is over, or maybe it's not over. I think people are confused. So we got to unpack what actually is going on. So I'm glad you talked about what happened back in 2025.
Right, just
Target got
the other day.
Yeah, just not too long ago, really. Target got hit with a lot of major backlash after they started rolling back some diversity, equity, inclusion programs, right? And so we saw all of this happen really directly after what we know to be as doomsday with this new administration that came
Jesus,
into play.
Jesus,
Yeah.
save
So
us.
yep, and so those same programs that were put in place in 2020 during justice protests were going on. And so Target had built this reputation for being one of the few big retailers that really supported Black owned brands, Black creators, and culturally relevant products. We were all on board for that, and of course, and appreciative of what this retailer that a lot of us spent our money in was doing at the time. But when those DEI initiatives started disappearing in 2025, a lot of people in the Black community felt like, what the hell is going on? Y'all are using us essentially, and you're not supporting us, right? And so that's when Pastor Jamal Bryant, and of course, many other political figures, but Pastor Jamal Bryant specifically in this topic, a mega church pastor out of Atlanta, launched what he called a Target fast during Lent. And so basically, he was encouraging Black consumers to stop spending their money at Target. Now, let's be clear. I want to be clear on what our contribution looks like because as Black consumers, we have around 2 trillion. Okay, 2 trillion
Trillion.
in spending power. So when we move our dollars collectively, corporations absolutely feel the impact, okay, positively or negatively. Over time, with us fully investing in the boycott, with hundreds of thousands of people signing petitions and participating and rolling their contributions back from Target, they started to feel the impact and started losing investors, losing money. And so we were really putting the pressure on Target. Our demands were really clear. We wanted Target to invest $2 million back into Black owned businesses. We wanted them to put money back into Black banks. We wanted them to support HBCUs. And we ultimately wanted them to restore DEI, their DEI initiative and commitments. So that brings us to where we are now today. So fast forward to this week. Pastor Bryant announced out of kind of nowhere for a lot of people that he was ending his Target fast. And he said that the movement had made so much progress that there was no need to any longer boycott Target. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hear exactly from the horse's mouth what Pastor Jamal Bryant had to say. Let's run the clip.
It's been a year and I'm grateful. I didn't think we could do it, but we did. History has just been made. The most effective and powerful boycott by Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. We asked for four things: And I'm grateful to God that we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the Black community as they pledged after the death of George Floyd. On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community. Number 2, we asked them to partner with HBCUs. They have found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment in the Black banks. And I'm believing by grace, it's going to get done. This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The immediate target fast has come to an end. We claim victory. We're grateful. Go in or stay out. But I'm grateful unto God. It's over.
Woo! Well, it's over. That's a lot to unpack. Dwight, what are your initial thoughts when you saw that clip?
First of all, let me just say that the white folks walking in the background was just a plus. That was literally, I mean, them making a cameo in the middle of that nonsense was truly just wow.
So we don't
Also,
think he went to the Target in the Black neighborhood. He went to the Target in his neighborhood, huh? We
I
can see
mean,
the demographic of the shoppers.
you've seen the people. The other thing is, who is George Floyd? Because he did not say George Floyd. I don't know who that man is that he
What?
just said, but it wasn't George Floyd.
Okay. Disrespect. The disrespect.
Disrespect.
Maybe that was just his country accent. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Well,
I
he's
think what happened is that he's not supposed to be the one telling us what's over and what's not.
yeah. I mean, we could definitely dive deep in there. Here's what I'm going to say. First of all, the production. I mean, I have to give credit where it's due. I
Well,
love
a whole show.
the pan from the Target sign and zoom in. I mean, the makeup, the lighting, it was great.
It's
From
giving
that,
me it's giving me the Drewski skit. It's
it,
giving me Drewski mega church skit.
and I hope that Drewski does a parody because it will be
I
the
pray from my lips to God's ears.
absolutely because it was foolishness. Here's I want to jump in. I just first of all, one, like he said, and we said earlier, the demands were really clear. This uh, boycott was very intentional. Pastor Jamal Bryant absolutely was not the face, nor was he the only face of Black political leaders, activists that were championing this boycott and this pullback of our Black dollars from Target, right? And so we all knew what we were striving for with not shopping at Target. Shit, I ain't been at Target in forever. I done forgot about who the hell Target even was,
Right.
because I found so many other places to shop. Who would have thunk it? But ultimately, him saying that it's over, but that we didn't meet the goal, that we're deciding, okay, or he's deciding for us, as Black people, that meeting 3 out of 4 when that Negro clearly can't count because I'm like, we didn't get 3 out of 4. We still didn't get the commitment to Black banks, but we also are not fools. So when you say the re-envisioning of our DEI commitments, what does that really mean?
It means a whole bunch of nothing. It means, and they was eating him up in that comment section. They was talking about they must have been lying in his pockets. And
Absolutely.
and people were calling for transparency. Tell
Mhm.
us where those dollars are going. What business specifically? Give us proof. Can the business owners who are being, are rewarded with money or funds, whatever it is, can they show their faces and say Target actually did this? Or are the Black community programs, these mega churches, again,
Mhm.
that's reaching into Black people pockets,
Mhm.
and now they're getting an additional amount of money? Let's also be clear. He talked about the initiative. The initiative started because of George Floyd. Where this is the Target is their headquarters is in the same place where George Floyd was from and lost his life. He was murdered.
Mhm.
And so a lot of their initiatives were, and it feels to me like they used it as a moment because Black culture was so prominent at the time
Yeah.
that they knew that it would drive sales and drive Black people into their stores because they needed the Black dollars. But the
Absolutely.
minute that the president said, forget about DEI,
Checked out. We
okay.
done. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me show you what we really feel.
We've
That's
been waiting.
yeah, absolutely. It feels like, which we know to be true, right? We're gonna play a game with branding and marketing, and so whatever is happening culturally, we're gonna ride the wave to drive sales because we are in sales. We are a business, and so if the political and cultural narrative is pro black people, then we are gonna be pro black, and when we
Correct.
ain't, peace,
Forget them
peace.
niggas. That's what
Yeah,
I heard. I
that's
they
yeah.
that's what I heard.
And that's what they did, absolutely. And so, I mean, what I'm getting from you, and I think the question that all of us are saying is like, is this Negroes once again not understanding how to strategize, not understanding how to see the mission through? Like, did we? And I hate even saying we, because who the hell is Pastor Jamal Bryant to speak for us collectively?
Hello.
I'm like, are
Hello.
you ain't no damn Martin Luther?
Is you
Who do you
cool?
think you are?
Is you cool is the
Oh,
question.
but the question is he, because he does have a voice and he does have a platform, obviously with his church, and people are investing in him and believe in him and his word. I mean, he has a mega church congregation that listens to him and follows him, right? And I saw some people within my own personal network reposting that it is over. Okay. Black folks want to get to shopping again. So did we fold too soon? Or should we look at this as a win in the black community?
I think honestly, I think we need to poll the chat. I think we need to pose this question to the people because unlike Pastor Jamal Bryant, we don't speak for all of the people.
Mm,
And that was his mistake, right? You didn't speak to the people, you spoke for the people. And we haven't seen any actual evidence of this.
mhm,
But I feel like we need to hear from the rest of the chat. Are y'all going back to Target or not?
mhm,
Listen, if we say we ain't going back, we the people, I ain't going back.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I agree. What is your personal thoughts? You going back or no?
If the people ain't going back, I ain't going back. But I damn sure ain't listening to Pastor Jamal Bryant. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see how much they gave him and his church. And he need to not be asking for no tithe and offering from them people if he got money from Target.
No, and the thing is, we are never going to know, are we?
Hmm.
I highly doubt if we're ever going to be able to get that level of transparency. I wish they would, but I guarantee Target, for him to use his voice and his platform to come and do this production and this video to say we are done and it's over and we didn't even get 100% of what we asked for, it definitely sounds like cha-ching, and it definitely sounds like he got some type of personal investment, either a
A
contribution
kickback.
to himself or to his personal endeavors with his church. That's what it's giving.
I'm tired of these mega church pastors, and it very much gives me they told you you're gonna be the token Negro and you're gonna
Mhm.
get in front of these black people and we're gonna pay you to do so, and you're gonna tell them because black people listen to you. Jokes on them because ain't nobody listening to Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, well, guess we got to talk about it, argue about it in the chat. I definitely want to hear from the people, hear from the community, the people that's actually on the ground. Like, what do they feel? Whether they're going back to Target or are they listening to Pastor Jamal Bryant and what he said? Are you all comfortable with the contributions that Target said they were making? Or maybe you just feel like, listen, bump Target. Like I'm done with it generally. I found a new place to buy my things and I don't need to go back. And what they say they're going to contribute is just not good enough, right? So we got to hear from the people. We gotta
We
hear
got
from
it. We need to hear
all that.
from the people.
Well, listen, we got more to argue about too. In the spirit of arguing and talking it through in the chat, there's also people arguing and talking about Tina Knowles, who
Mama knows. We love Mama knows. We
listen,
love Mama knows.
we do. The Knowles family has been in the news a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. They're definitely being talked about, and not Beyonce or Salah, just really blowing my mind.
Correct.
Um but recently, just last weekend, there was the Black Rodeo, and Miss Tina Knowles, Mama Knowles to many, had a booth at the Black Rodeo. It was amazing. Did you hear about the Black Rodeo? You ever been? What you
Never been. I was thinking about this before we got on because it in in black culture, if we don't unlearn certain things, we say a lot of things are white people shit. You know that. Like we'd be like, oh, that's some white people shit. And I
Mhm.
think for me, being that I'm not from the deep south, I'm not from the south, right? I don't have that culture. Um, it carries from like family and ancestry, right? But I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about a rodeo. Back in the day, if you would have asked regular degular Dwight who ain't, you know what I'm saying, do his research, understand Black history across this nation, I would have been
Right.
like, yeah, that's some white people shit.
Yeah.
But I
But
love
you
to see black people now. It's like, whoa, we taking it back.
absolutely. I think that there's a level of like consciousness that's happening right across the board. We're learning more as we go, which I think is a beautiful thing. And so it ain't nothing wrong with finding out things late as long as you learn, okay? As long as we have an
Amen.
open mind. And listen, I am from the Midwest, okay? I love to let y'all know because a lot of people think I'm from the South. Not
Mhm.
not from the South, born in the Midwest in Missouri, but I can tell you with Southern roots cowboys, black cowboys, watching like those cowboy shows with my grandfather on the black and white TV was definitely something I did growing up. So we definitely have a rich culture with the black rodeo. I mean, it exists and it's true. And I love seeing people now go out and celebrate it, put on their outfits,
Love
uh,
it.
and just connect back to their roots. So to give the chat a little bit of history while we talk about the reason why it's being discussed now on social media, the black rodeo culture in Houston specifically is nothing new. So, what we now know, like historians are making it clear to say that one out of every four cowboys in the 1800s were black. One
Mhm.
out of 4. Events now, like our, Houston Rodeo, are just an opportunity to celebrate our music, riding, coming together, having community and food, what we do best, just
What
in
we
our
do.
ro
It's giving cookout.
yeah, right, but
Mhm.
rodeo
But
style,
rodeo style. Yeah, yeah, I
which
like
is
that. I like
perfect,
that.
which is perfect, and we looking so, so good. I know y'all been seeing the stuff on the internet, people in their cowboy hats and their cowboy boots, and we just swagged out. I'm just
Love it.
it.
Love it.
And we gotta also think about the fact that we've been doing line dances. We never stop, right?
Correct, and, a lot of us think that it's new because we hear these new songs coming out. I think it's Black people reclaiming our culture, truly, like and even with the 1 in 4 Cowboys, I don't know the statistics behind it, but
Mhm.
if there were less Black people in America, 1 in 4 of them were Black, but that means that more Black people were probably cowboys because we were a smaller percentage of the population, but they don't talk about that, of course.
Absolutely. So, now we talking about it and now we are embracing our history and we are taking ownership back over. So at the Black Rodeo, there's an opportunity to see food vendors. There's sometimes a lot of celebrity appearances and of course, plenty of internet opinions. And so no different, Mama Tina, she to me is a celebrity. Okay. She got that adjacency to the biggest, to the
She's
queen bee.
Mama Knowles she is the matriarch.
And of course, Houston, right? So we
Come
expecting
on.
to see the Knowles family pop out. And so Mama Tina's Gumbo was a booth. Like it was a section at the Black Rodeo. So a lot of people wanted to take pictures with her because she was actually there passing out gumbo, had her little big gumbo spoon and everything in the pot. And people were enjoying, and some others not enjoying so much, her gumbo. So listen, here's what the controversy is and why. But I'm gonna let it. We gonna play some more clips so we can allow the sources to tell you first, and then we gonna dish about it. Let's play a clip from a young lady who had the gumbo, and let's see her opinion on Mama Tina gumbo.
Louisiana style something. The color looks good. It smells okay. Let's see. It's a lot of other stuff other than seafood though. Okay. It's not nasty, but it tastes like beef soup. This is not gumbo at all. I hate to say that, but it's not. Not New Orleans style at least. Sorry, Mama Tina.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Now, listen, because we got limited time and we need to talk about our opinions on it, we're going to just jump right on in. I mean, I can say for myself, I'm blessed enough to have some Louisiana friends. And I can say I've had gumbo. And even when she said it, and she said it's a lot of other stuff other than seafood, that threw me a little bit because the gumbo that I've had does have it's heavily seafood. Okay. And it's very spicy and very good. And New Orleans and Louisiana clearly are so close to each other that they can relate to each other's gumbo. They know a good
Mhm.
gumbo. That's where I originally know of people that make gumbo. So if a New Orleans person is saying it ain't good, oh no,
I
Mama
don't
Tina,
know.
what's going on? So, I mean, have you ever had gumbo? What's your thought? Like,
I
what do you
had
think?
only had gumbo a few times,
Okay.
and I will say that it's always been a lot of seafood. That's just a part of the culture. Now, the other thing is this is not related, but I need to shout this out. I love New Orleans accent.
Yes.
My God, I love it. I love it. So I can listen to them talk all day. Like I
Mhm.
love it. And I've never even been there. I need to go. We have to go. And when we go, we need to get gumbo. And then we need to go get some of
Okay.
Mama Knowles gumbo so we could tell them if it's really not the same.
Here's the thing. I feel like we could only get Mama Knows gumbo in Houston because
Well,
I
we
mean,
got it. Well, then we got a couple stops. We got to go to New Orleans and we got to make it to Houston.
I don't know if I'm gonna be tripping off getting Mama Knows gumbo because what I'm hearing is a lot of negative feedback. So to your
Mm.
point about the Louisiana and the New Orleans accents, the people is getting on the internet with them thick accents and they talking bad about Mama Knows.
Mm.
Because there was another guy on the internet that is from Louisiana, and whew, I had to put my ear real close to the phone to dissect what he was saying through his thick accent. But he was basically giving commentary on the fact that Mama Knows said that her gumbo takes 16 to 18 hours to make. And that man was like, "Lady, yeah, this is me trying to do it. Okay,
I'm
because
listening. I'm
we don't have
listening.
a
I'm
clip.
listening.
He was like, "You don't need to stew that gumbo for 16, 18. Now you not even gonna have no roux. What's the point?" And I was like, listen, he know what he talking about. Whatever he said, he know what he talking about.
I'm listening to the people.
I'm, I'm listening to the people with the roots, okay? The connection to Louisiana, which I mean, Miss Mama Knows has, but maybe she done lost her touch on her gumbo because the people did not like it. I'm just so confused.
I can't imagine that Mama Knowles lost her touch. I honestly though too, here's the thing. I know myself and I'm such a Mama Knowles fan that it's like, no, like, I'm always coming to her defense. But I did
Yes.
see some of the negative things on the internet and Mama Knows you might need to go back in the kitchen. I'm sorry, I ain't want to have to say it.
I mean, listen, it's good feedback is a good thing. It gives you opportunity to perfect it. Now, there was also a young gentleman who said he ate it. It tastes so good. He was videotaped eating it. He said he liked it, but then he didn't even make it to the car. Well, he did make it to the car. He didn't make it home before he was sweating profusely and regurgitating all the food back up. He didn't make it. So I want us to play this clip because this also went viral all over the internet. So if y'all think I'm lying, I'm not. All right. So we can see it ourselves. Here it is. Step to the right. We headed to the dive bar.
Mari E. Now I got to ask you, is you cool? Because why would you make us watch that?
We have to watch it because I don't want people in the chat telling me I'm lying and then I'm making this up because they love to do that. They love to say I'm lying and I'm dragging it. And I'm not. I need y'all to see what the people in them was saying about the food. And I'm telling you, it's proof. He was eating and he was like, this good. And then 10 hours later, not even
I don't know
3
why.
hours later.
I don't care if the people didn't believe you. Listen, the chat, we could have just got the visual from you explaining it. We ain't need to see that. That is
My bad, friend.
disgusting.
My bad, friend. I'm just trying to bring the people,
Damn.
part time.
Damn.
That's
Damn,
all. I'm
sis.
trying to give y'all the news. You know what I'm saying? So listen, don't let these three different, examples be the end all be all. Maybe there was a bunch of people that loved it. You know what I'm saying? So look, if you saw something different in the chat and you're like, listen, y'all wrong, them people is wrong, and it was good, then put it in the chat and let us know and tell us where we gotta go get it. I heard
Correct.
it's about $30 a bowl though. I ain't gonna lie.
$30
Yeah. Mhm.
American dollars?
Yeah, cause listen, the thing is, gumbo has so much seafood in it, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
expensive to make. So that's why one good old bowl, I mean, they gotta make a little profit. So yeah, if
yeah.
you're gonna get you some gumbo, expect to spend anywhere between 25 to $30. All
Jesus.
right.
Okay. All
So,
right.
that's the culture debate. We'll keep talking about that good gumbo in the chat. Y'all let me know where I
Let
can
us know. Let us know if you was there and they lying. Let us know.
let us know because we want to support Mama Tina, but we want to support her after she done
But
fixed
I
it.
don't want to be throwing up. That's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I support Mama Knows, but if it's gonna have me like old buddy, just forget it.
Not gonna be able to do that. Not gonna be
Yeah.
able to do that. Break. I want to read this. Oh, while we're talking about celebrity families, we got to go ahead and talk about E.J. Johnson, right? A very well-known son to Magic Johnson recently sat down with Carlos King. And if you know Carlos King interviews, baby, you know that he's going to get people to talk and he's going to get that tea. So E.J. in his interview recently opened up about growing up as Magic Johnson's son, the fame, his identity, and carving out his own lane, right? Everybody knows EJ when they see him. So when he was on his interview, he talked a lot about like being a rich kid in Beverly Hills, having his unapologetic fashion and his looks and the confidence he had and step into to be able to be the EJ that he is today. He is openly gay, representing as a Black man in the celebrity space, right? EJ has been someone that many young people in the LGBTQAI plus community have looked up to. Recently, EJ sat down with Carlos and he had people talking about his recent statements. Let's roll the clip so we can hear it.
Picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
It's just, I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why, like, I don't care what, like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But no, to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also, like, they're like, they kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. It's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like, I'm not really in it here because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So obviously EJ stamps his preferences and what he feels like type of men he's interested in and who he likes, and being very clear to say that the men he dates are straight men. The men that are interested in him are straight men. A lot of people have stuff to say. One person that prominently spoke about it was Funky Dineva. So let's play Funky Dineva's opinion on EJ's comments.
It's a message that I was a little pissy with him because he didn't challenge some of this. And one of the questions that I would have asked is, if you pull straight men, then are these men willing to be seen in public with you? And then if they are willing to be seen in public with you, then does that kill the whole fantasy of them being straight, or does that defeat the whole purpose? And I'm here to tell you that if that is the case, sis, you do deserve more. You deserve more than that. Now, I completely sympathize with you and empathize with you, because I know your experience in the gay club, the girls probably ain't been checking for you. But when you pull these straight men out of these straight places, like, are they willing to be seen in public with you? Then the second thing that we have to ask ourselves, EJ, is because number one, let's just stop calling them straight. They're on the down low and they're not comfortable with their sexuality. And you can dress it up as, I don't want to hide behind labels, all you want. You can dress it up like that all you want. But the fact of the matter is, they're not comfortable with their sexuality because they're not out. And they're not out with you. And they're
The internet obviously was buzzing from these different perspectives. There's a lot of positive that the internet was saying that came out of the interview with EJ and Carlos King. One, like discussing and speaking to his vulnerability and how amazing EJ looks and how well presented he is, because baby, EJ be looking fire.
Yeah. EJ
number
gonna
one.
come to play.
EJ do not come to play with
Right.
anybody. And so
Okay.
just EJ's representation on that interview, just looking flawless and
Mhm.
and speaking his truth was a beautiful thing to witness. And then there was a lot of criticism about his perspective, and people were confused and definitely was tussling about his opinion. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? Like hearing Funky Dineva's perspective, being someone in the community, and feeling like EJ has the wrong stance or challenging it. Like, what's your take on their two sides?
You know, I'm coming to this as someone who's not in the community, so we speaking from our perspective, but I think EJ offended people. I do, right? And I can understand why people would be offended, but at the same time, I think there is layers to the conversation for him, right? And I think I wonder sometimes if his words or the way that he's describing things is not accurate. And I don't want to put words in his mouth, right? Because he said what he said. But it sounds to me like he's saying he is attracted to masculine men and not
Mhm.
feminine men. And I think
Mhm.
what people go to instantly is that people think that most men who are gay are
Mhm.
feminine. And
Mhm.
so I think that there's a level of that in the conversation that doesn't always get represented. And EJ may have just the way EJ framed it
Mhm.
was a little bit. It gives a little bit of internalized homophobia, a
Mhm.
little,
Yeah,
because
a
he
little
straight up
bit.
said gay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's the word choice, and that's the thing about this internet and these interviews. It's like once it comes out your mouth, it's out in the world and it's out for people to interpret how they interpret it. And I think just being very specific on his word choice, I think that that's what kind of threw some people for a loop. Particularly, of course, on my algorithm, I saw a lot of Black women's perspective of just like, wait, what? What are you saying? You know, you are only dating straight men. You know, naturally, as a heterosexual Black woman, I date straight men. And so in a lot of our perspectives, and at least mine, I was like, now how is that possible? And why are we not just calling them DL? Right? Or why
Right.
are we not just saying that they're gay? Because if they're dating you, then wouldn't that make them gay? And that again, that's from my perspective. But I like you said, there's a lot of layers here that I know that are maybe we're
Deeper.
missing. But I think definitely that a lot of people had a lot of confusion on what exactly he meant by that. And I think it was something to be said about Funky Dineva's perspective to just be like, it's gay. It's okay to just be gay. It's okay to just see it as gay, and it doesn't have to be what it felt like was a distancing of yourself from a
Correct.
particular group in that community. So, you
And I
know,
think and I think to Funky Dineva's point, right, is like they may say they don't want to put labels on it. And again, I've always been somebody who's like, listen, identify how you want to identify.
mhm,
That's not really on me or for me to worry about. But
mhm,
I do think where it becomes a slippery slope is when you're being hidden because this man is saying
mhm,
they're straight and
mhm,
they're dating other women and you know that and know that they are down
yeah,
low. Like at a point it becomes more about you protecting them because of your fantasy versus what the
yes.
reality of it is, right? And they are ashamed of who they are. And by him saying he don't date gay people, it feels like you a little bit ashamed of who you are too. I don't know.
Yes. Oh, it's tricky, right? And
Yeah,
you even saying that really connected a lot of dots for me. And then the tone of what Funky Dineva was trying to say. Because when Funky Dineva was like, you deserve better, this makes a lot more sense to me now. And I almost now take it like Funky Dineva, obviously older, more seasoned, more
yeah.
experienced, been out for a very long time and in the world, also does drag. And so I
Mhm.
think Funky Dineva almost in a lot of ways was showing up like a mentor to a degree.
Correct.
Like, listen, like, you know, from my perspective, this is what it's sounding like. Whether that was actually EJ's intent or not, people were a little bit taken for a loop. So I just hope that EJ understands that there's still love because I think EJ is a phenomenal, just human being. Like, and
Hmm.
I, on a personal level, think that the level of like confidence you have to be a legendary, like to have a legendary father in
Correct.
a very like
Male,
physical, well-known
masculine.
male-centered industry, and to be
Mhm.
so confident to be like, "No, I'm going to be who I am and show up who I am confidently," and then also have the respect and love from his family too. Like, let's not
Yeah, yeah.
discredit that because that probably plays a huge part in his ability to be confident. Um, but I do think that he's phenomenal, and I hope that, on his journey, he continues to just be as vulnerable as he was in the interview.
And love himself, you know what I mean? Because he is a part of the community. Like that's like when black people say, "I don't date black people."
Child,
Huh?
I don't date black women.
Yeah, that don't. It always says something to me. It always brings up something. So it's like, I hope
Mm,
you also learn to love yourself in the community that you belong to. And,
yes.
maybe he's got some trauma from, his experience in the community, but
Mhm. Mhm.
it's very
Yeah.
much
It
black.
You know what? You come on, you clock that because that's identical. And that for me too. I
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
I see that. It's like, and that's why I think Funky Dineva was so passionate. Because Funky
Yeah,
Dineva,
yeah.
you done alienated a whole group of people in the community. What is that giving? And then I think that there's this very thin line between preference, right? It's like it's such a struggle because we go through the same thing as black women. When you watch
Mhm.
those pop the balloon contests and they're like, not my type. I prefer somebody with longer hair. I prefer
Right,
somebody with fit lighter skin. I
right.
like, you know what I'm saying? And we supposed to just watch that like,
Correct.
mm, what that mean?
And
What
I'm
you
sure
that?
their community is doing the same thing. Like, what's that
Right.
about? Like, that
What's
seems
that about?
weird. What you trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's internalized homophobia to an extent. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Sure, absolutely. Well, whew, that was a lot. The news was popping today. That was
Mm.
a culture check. Till next time.
All right. So let's get into what the streets is saying because the streets is bugging. And as always, it
Mhm.
is ghetto in the streets.
As
Some of it, though, this week is good ghetto. I got to say. And I'm going to start with the good ghetto this time. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Dwight.
Yeah, I'm switching it up on us. So, Cardi B, as you all know, is on her Little Miss Drama tour, and
Mhm.
she's been to several states already and had about 12, maybe 13 shows now.
Okay.
What has been reported is that she sold out all of those shows in all of those different areas, but she specifically made history in California for being the highest grossing female rapper tour in the state of California,
Come on,
right?
sis. Yeah.
And so Cardi B had a word on yesterday for both the fans and the haters.
Oh,
And we gonna listen. We
okay.
we 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 gonna roll a clip on cousin Barty. Here's what
Okay.
she had to say.
Yeah, read that shit 100 times. Cause let me tell you something. Keep it humble, but don't ever let a bitch forget. Yeah, don't ever let a bitch forget. I'm never gonna forget how you bitches was trying me when I was pregnant after I gave birth, and when I dropped my fucking album. Bitches talking wild high. Fuck out of here. 15 shows sold out back to back. Grossing big money though. Not like sold out and my tickets was $2, bitch. Nah, not that. By myself. Fuck out of here. Bitches really fucking try me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Ask your labels, ask Live Nation, do your research. Y'all love doing research on the niggas that I be fucking on. So go ahead, do the research on the numbers that I be doing, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to my fans. Shout out to everybody that bought a ticket. Let me tell y'all why though. Because it was a lot of TikTok content creators, fake ass content fucking creators. There was people on the comments and shit trying to put doubt on me. And y'all ain't went for that shit. Oh, she wasn't gonna perform. She's gonna cancel. She just gave birth. But y'all know, y'all know I don't play when it comes to my fucking job. Y'all know I don't play about my money. Y'all know I don't play about child money.
Okay. Can I just do a quick translation for the people
Amen.
that are not from New York and are not from the East Coast? So for all the rest of us, that was the Bronx version of I just want all of my haters to know that you didn't win, and thank you to my fans for buying tickets. And they are legitimate sales. Thank you all. That was the regular
That
version of
was a good translation. I like what you did there. Come on. And shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. The X, the BX. Feel me?
Yes, because if
Listen,
you're not from New York, you would low key think that she just cussed us all the fuck
in
out,
a whole
and
nother
low
language.
key she was just talking regular. So
Yeah.
I just
And,
yeah.
and I want to say this as someone who is a TikTok content creator. There were a bunch of people in my comment section when I was saying when she announced she was giving birth. she shared she was still going on tour. Her album
Mhm.
still dropped. She said she was going to work her ass off. And I
Yeah.
said that. And there were a lot of people in my comment section frying me. They was upset. They was like, oh, you just saying that. You just saying it because it's Cardi B. She need to focus on her body. And if you remember in one of our very first episodes of this
Mhm.
podcast, we talked
Mhm.
about there was a podcaster who said that she is going to give birth, get on a surgery table, and die, or something to that extent,
That's
trying
crazy.
to fix her body after she gives birth to a baby and try to go on tour. And they basically said she couldn't do it. And so here we are today, and she's selling out
Yeah.
tours.
That's it. Listen, I mean, gone are the days where you have to go disappear because you get pregnant as a woman. Okay, that's over with. I don't know what generation y'all from, but I can tell you as a proud millennial that season is over. You now can have as a woman, as a black woman, a career and be respected as a mother all at the same goddamn time. So, we got to get past all of these stereotypes. And honestly, I get really disappointed when I see other women cuz it be us. Like we just got to
Yeah.
be honest. It
Yeah.
be women saying this shit about other women. It's like, do you recognize what you're projecting? You're trying to send us back to ancient time. What's the goal? What's the goal here with this rhetoric? Stop, please.
And I think it do be haters. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm never going to beat the rumors being on Cardi B's payroll, even though I'm not. But
Mm.
I do think there are people who don't want to see you succeed, and I think that's in every industry, right? Especially as a woman, especially as a mom, and maybe because people feel like they haven't been able to do it, she can't. And I'm just happy that during Women's History Month, she was able to come out and say that and she keeping her foot on the people neck,
Always.
okay, on their
Always and
neck.
always, okay? She really is. So congrats to Cardi, okay? Because I'm telling you, this is how you do it after a breakup. This is
Amen.
how you do it. And
And I'm not
oh,
even convinced that they really broken up, but that's another
it might
story
not
for
be.
another day. It doesn't get broken up. It doesn't. I think that
It doesn't?
it's giving we decided to stop talking publicly about our relationship because too many people were invested. In one of her lives the other day, she said she didn't take her makeup off after a show because she had to go make some sexy videos to send.
Oh, and
Mhm.
we don't think it's nobody new.
No, 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 no. Cardi's a lover girl. I'm sure they're back together. They just keeping it on a
Well, I actually love that for her. If that's the speculation, it's alleged that Cardi and Stefan are still together. Listen, I love it. This was a great strategy if that's true because honestly, I was tired of seeing them because y'all know I'm gonna have an opinion, and my opinion always gonna be a little different than the masses. And they needed to just have their relationship. So if that's the case, I am glad because we should
and
just be
listen.
focusing on her career, and that's it.
And
That's
listen, and it gave good publicity too, if we being
it.
honest. Like during the Super Bowl, right
Yeah,
before her
yeah.
tour, like people can say what they want, but it gave good publicity. So,
It
say
did
we
what it was
we
gonna
all
do.
gonna take it how we get it, but it worked for what it was supposed to be.
And she probably didn't, if the allegations are true, she probably didn't want the relationship shit to over be talked about more than the tour.
Correct.
So she had to shut this down. Listen, already know that she has the best team.
Strategy.
So if you
That, my
thinking that
friend,
somebody couldn't strategize this and say, listen, so y'all gonna have to break up on this day so that we can prepare for the tour on this day. He going to court on that day. Baby, that's you know what? And you be exclusive. See, this is exclusive tea
correct. And
that
I
you're
and
giving.
I didn't inbox my sis to see if she gonna get us at the Madison Square Garden concert. So everybody make sure y'all keep tagging her and letting her know that we trying to come out to Madison Square Garden and rock
Yes.
out to, 5 Be a song to her pointing to your head. We gonna be dead because don't nobody know 5 Be a songs,
Imma really
okay?
try to bring my 5 songs because I like beer.
I
Imma
know.
try to well, maybe I shouldn't bring them there. Anyway,
Yeah,
you
bad place, wrong place.
wrong place.
Read the room, sister. We gonna read the room, sister. Now,
Hey,
speaking of wrong place or interesting place,
okay.
uh, we all know the viral couple that recently got a divorce. And if you don't know, here is a photo of them. But
Yeah,
everyone was on 1,000 when Christy and Desmond Scott announced that they were going to be separating and
yeah,
that the divorce was filed. Now, there'd been a lot of rumors about why the divorce was happening. He came out and made an apology and said, he embarrassed his wife and he was sorry, but they were going to divorce and he had asked her for a while to get a divorce and she didn't want to, which to me, how sorry are you for embarrassing her if you needed to tell us that? But that's not my business. But they're the viral couple. You often see her trying on shoes and doing backflips. They have 2 beautiful kids.
Yes.
All that to say, Desmond Scott has been outside.
Oh, he
Okay,
outside of
I don't even know if the ink is dry on a divorce
Ooh,
paperwork.
I wouldn't think so. This was quick because they were just together. And this divorce information is what, maybe a month or
A
so
month or
old?
so.
It definitely ain't been 3 months. There's no
Well,
way. Yeah.
first he was seen tonguing down a woman in a Houston club. TMZ caught wind of it. She wound up coming out. She was a grad student and a IG model, and she said there was no relationship, that they had just met that night. She
Oh,
didn't know about his divorce and all the things. She
so
said it
maybe she
wasn't a
didn't have a
relationship.
relationship at all is what she
Yes, that's what
Okay,
she
got
alleges.
it. Okay.
He did not speak on it, but now, TMZ is reporting from a very reliable source that Desmond Scott is now outside with none other than Diddy's last baby mama,
No way. Are you kidding
Dana
me?
Tran. The
She's
TMZ
gorgeous.
says it's a really reliable source. They say that they've confirmed it, and the source was very confident in the fact that Desmond Scott is now dating Diddy's ex and his baby mama. Now, Dana Tran was the last baby mama, and a lot of people don't always know about her. Like, even if you look on the internet for pictures of her and Diddy, it's really hard to find
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
this is around the time he was also dating Carisha.
A
So,
lot of controversy was going on with that. You know what I'm saying? There
mhm.
was a lot of speculation that they was having threesomes, that there was a really murky
Also, he was
dynamic.
dating 50 Cent baby mama at the time. This one, what's her name? Diddy was with you know what I'm talking about. Daphne.
Daphne.
Daphne. Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know that Diddy, of it
He
all,
Diddy
had a lot
popping.
of different women and all the speculation around that. So working girls and boys and okay. But I'm shocked. She's gorgeous. I mean, but what's the thought here? I mean, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite though. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite because here's the thing. We don't got no strong bar around you gotta dissolve your relationship before you go into a next one. We know this Hollywood thing go fast. So I mean, we really can't be shocked by this at all.
And I don't even think that's my concern. One is
Mhm.
like he's moving fast. This is number 2 publicly. But the
Yeah.
other thing is he not scared? This is Diddy's baby mama. Did he listen to the testimony that Kid Cudi gave? Kid Cudi said he alleged that Diddy blew up his car, broke into his home, messed with his dog, threatened to harm him. Like,
Yeah.
Diddy's baby mama is crazy. I'm not, that's you. I
Wait,
feel like you playing with fire.
okay. I mean, I hear that because I mean, Diddy is projected to get out pretty soon. But my thoughts are, and listen, he probably will double back to anybody that will receive him, and to be transparent, that she maybe will go back. We don't know. Cassie, we know he was deeply trying to keep Cassie close. I mean, he was locking her down. But
Literally.
this girl, I forget her name. I'm sorry. To
Dana
tell me,
Tran. Dana,
Dana
yeah,
Tran.
most people don't know who she is.
He ain't really never had a lot of respect for Dana Tran from what I used to see on social media. I don't know if he gonna care.
I don't think it's about caring. I think with Diddy, it's about this ownership over people, and him feeling like, because I think that's the only reason he even dealt with Daphne, whatever her name is, 50
Yeah,
Cent, baby mother, right? It was like a got you. I own her. Like, look at what's happening now. And I
yeah,
think that to him matters more than anything else. He don't
right,
want them dating nobody else or being with nobody else, even if he's not with them officially. That's
right.
just what I seen, and that's
That's
what I when I was following the case, that was a lot of what I was hearing from people and from the people who got on the stand. He has an issue of controlling and owning people, and he doesn't like when they go out on.
okay. Fair. Well, you know what? Listen, the man don't seem to be too worried. If he was messing around on his wife and his entire family, this public family, where you had this whole brand about being this family man, and you was cheating on this lady. Now you giving a divorce. I mean, obviously he don't operate off no moral code or no level of sense. If Diddy do have to come after him, hey, maybe he deserved it. I don't know. And then also, this should be a message to anybody. Okay. And we're saying it first on the group chat, is live
You
podcast.
heard it
Like,
here
this
first.
should be a message to anybody else. You know, Carisha, please. I don't know if you dating anybody, but if you are, okay, keep it quiet, keep it safe, and keep it protected
Real
because Diddy
quiet.
is getting out soon.
Yeah,
The
he
Diddler
just
is back
He
on the
just appealed his one of his convictions, which is the biggest one, which was the prostitution conviction.
right.
I don't think he's gonna win the appeal, but he has. And so there's a possibility, and I think that needs to be in the front of people's minds.
Right. Well, do we know? Because I mean, clearly we didn't come prepared to talk about Diddy today. But do we know when he's projected to get out? It's just a couple months, right?
No, 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 no. He's supposed to be in there until 2028, 2020.
Oh, okay. So probably.
It's a few years. It
Oh,
might even be later than that. I might be pushing the date up a little bit, but he got like 4.5 years, I think, and some of it was time served because he had been in jail for a year, but he's got a
right.
little bit of time left on him.
Okay. So maybe what I saw was related to if he gets this appeal,
Yeah,
and it would
yes.
be
He
pushed
would
up
be if the
one.
appeal goes as he plans, he would come out of jail immediately.
Oh, okay.
He's
Got it.
already served enough time for the other charges, which were small.
Wow. Okay. Oof. Yikes.
Desmond is playing a tricky game, but we're gonna pray for him. You know what I'm saying? Well, speaking of men who are married and
Okay.
won't stay out of the media. Now,
Papoose.
no, good, close, close, close. Why is there so many of these niggas married? Close.
This what I'm
Okay.
saying.
This is
Oh,
Dwight Howard. We're back on Dwight Howard.
okay.
So if you were with the group chat while we were live on our last episode, we talked about Dwight Howard. I gave a rundown of Amy Luciani's claims, their recent filing for divorce. The child, I gave some updates directly from Royce, and um, I can say that the mother of the child is working diligently to help her child. Now, that day while we were live, I shared a recording of a 911 call from Amy Luciani to the police.
Yes.
Well,
In the
right,
woods. Mm.
she was running through the goddamn woods, Girl Scout style. Listen, now, directly after we got off live, TMZ shared another phone call to 911, but this time, this phone call was from Dwight Howard about Amy Luciani.
Okay. Oh my
Let's
God. So
listen.
and they left the house.
They stole it from this address
Yes.
or they're at this
They
address?
stole it. Yes, they stole it from this address. Yes, and they left. They was in a black, gray Camaro. It's a female in a gray Camaro.
Okay, when did this happen?
11:40.
Now, some context that I forgot to add before we jump into our thoughts is that this 911 call was from 2 days before Amy Luciani came to the internet crying with that brick of cocaine, telling us that their child, but Dwight Howard's child, was taken away by CPS. So this was 2 days before that happened. So they've been running the police ragged for weeks now.
listen, them people are working for them little salaries that they get just simply to deal with them Howards. Because golly, y'all been calling, and it ain't even like this is the first time they've been dealing with the police and fighting. They saying this entire 15-month stretch, them people been going at it and calling the police. This has been a
Literally.
wild situation, but it makes you wonder. I have a couple of questions I'm wondering about. One, why you calling the police acting like you don't know the people that stole the stuff? Like,
You
why?
saying she's a female, black, in a Camaro, knowing good and goddamn well what you want to say is it's your wife. Now, my speculation on why he didn't say it was his wife is because he probably didn't think that they would treat it as theft
Oh,
if
right,
she took something from their home. You get what I'm
right.
saying?
Yes,
So
yes,
is it theft if you lived there and you took it, but you didn't sell it or whatever? Like, it could be returned. So I think
right.
he intentionally didn't name that it was his wife.
Absolutely. You want to make it seem like you were just in your home or not in your home, whatever, but that your home was robbed by a damn burglar. And so
Correct.
you want the police, you're manipulating the system, sir, to have them go chase a Camaro down the block with
Chase the
some
black
chicks.
woman.
Like, that's what you wanted them to do. You wanted them to think that this is some random person that needs to be chased. Let's pause. Why is Amy Luciani in a goddamn Camaro?
Camaro. That's what I want to know.
Let's slow this whole train down.
It's
Why?
giving financial abuse, if you ask me. This whole situation, climbing through the woods, locked out the gate code, changed the Camaro,
He got all the money. What is going on? Yeah, he's
and it
keeping.
sounds like it's that they was claiming. I heard in a recent interview. I don't want to quote nobody, so I won't say who. But that they signed a really airtight prenup. And so that's why when she went to file the divorce in 2025, she
Yeah.
changed her mind because she knew she was walking away with nothing. But
Yes,
I
because her
think this
attorney was saying
time,
she wasn't gonna get nothing.
but I think this time this escalated so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, this is so ghetto. But it makes you think too, like, it's highly possible, and we don't know. I mean, all of this is alleged, right? We weren't there and we don't know. Nobody been convicted from robbing no house and nothing like that. But I always wondered how the hell you get the brick. If he doing all these drugs, I knew you would have had to confiscate the brick and all his drugs, allegedly. So maybe that was a part of what she grabbed was also the jewelry and all the other stuff. I don't know. Makes you
No,
wonder.
well, that the her showing the brick was 2 days after that phone call. So apparently she ran off with the stuff and then ran off with the plug. Cause and you can't convince me that there was not a shared experience of doing this booger sugar. I can't be convinced otherwise. I am so sorry. And
What?
that's allegedly, right? That's my assumption. But this
Yep.
whole thing gives I'm on that stuff. Everybody's on that stuff.
Everybody is accidentally on that stuff. Whether it's intentional or at least accidental. Everybody is experiencing a little bit of that stuff. And like people were saying on the internet, she was experiencing it in real time. Because the way she double taked into that bag, I was like, ma'am.
I thought she was about to do a bump. I swear to God, I thought she was about to
She
do a
did.
bump.
Said she did because remember when she pulled, we said this when we were on live. She pulled out that Dior lip gloss. Okay, opened that up, poured some in her hand, showed the people, and then after that dropped it, but then went like that.
Yeah, it gave very much, I need a little bit of this to cope, allegedly.
And again, we're saying what we saw was a lot of sniffling, a lot of crying, a lot of snorting. We're not saying on the Group Chat is Live podcast that we know that
For a
she
fact.
hit that bump.
Yeah, we don't
All
have
we're
any
saying,
factual information.
we don't know, but what we know is she said that that was a bag of coke. She said that that was his stuff in that Dior, and she absolutely sniffed and was wiping the snot and all that off her face. So maybe she got a little bump in
And
the process.
where did she go with the bag? Where did she take the stuff? Where was she going to put it? Why she ain't flush it down the toilet? Why you brought it to show it to us? We
Why
would
you
have
brought
believed you.
And were you in a Camry? See, now we need to know. Because now I need to go back and inspect this ceiling and see if that's looking like a Camry.
Listen, financial abuse. That's all I'm gonna say. But this Dwight Howard thing is clearly not over, and we're gonna keep folks up to date on everything that's going on with Dwight Howard and his soon-to-be ex-wife, Amy Luciani. But that's it from the streets for now.
No.
Ghetto. We ended ghetto, but remember, we started positive ghetto this time. We ended on a bad ghetto, so we made up for it. You know,
It's all ghetto in the
it's all
street.
ghetto.
And
Mhm.
that's all right. That's all right. We have appreciation for the streets, you know what I'm saying, around here. So
Round
that's all
up.
good. But now it's time to go ahead to our last segment, which is the internet said what? Where we pull in from our archives all of the memes and funny videos that we come across as we're scrolling just like everybody else throughout the week. So, Dwight, what you seen on the internet this week?
Oh, there was something I wanted to bring to us.
Okay.
This question to me felt really relevant, and I want to know people's answers, and I want to hear from you too, especially because I will answer after, but I want to
Okay.
hear from the group chat. When you break up with someone, do you delete all of the photos of your ex, that person, or do they just sit in your camera roll?
Oh, yikes.
I don't want to cause no breakups now, so don't be going through nobody's phone. Don't ask the man to go through his phone because of me.
Yeah, no, facts. Listen, so I'm gonna say yes and no. So I would say I have. I have absolutely it, and I think the answer is dependent on how pissed off I am at the end of the breakup. You get what I'm saying? So if it's like I'm really pissed off and I'm like, this is done, and I'm 100% convinced that this was done. I'm embarrassed. I'm like, I can never even believe I was even in this situation. I don't want nobody to ever see this again. This person is dead to me. I'm deleting everything. Instagram, archive videos. I'm going into the deleted folder, deleting it. If we break up and, I'm mad, but I'm a little sad, I'm not really ready emotionally to do all the deleting yet, so I'm still holding on. I'm still letting myself calm down. So yeah, it's a little bit of both and for me. Imma say both.
Yeah.
What about you?
Imma go for no. I don't. I just don't delete anything. I don't know. It really is a problem. And it's not because I'm reminiscing. It's like I got text messages from so many years ago because the iPhone, iCloud save everything,
Yep.
pictures from years ago. And it's not intentional. It's just that I don't have the capacity to go back and do that after it's done. Now, I may
Yeah.
take you off my social media, but deleting it from my camera roll. Now, my
Maybe.
other question to you is,
Mhm.
would you be okay if your partner did not delete pictures of their ex?
Oh, from their ex, right. I mean, I guess no, I mean, it would hurt. I ain't gonna lie, like, oh, damn, Dwight, this is a tough.
Sorry, sorry.
It's one of those things like, okay, Imma be honest, because 'cause I'm a realist, okay?
Mhm.
I just assume that everybody has, like, a picture or 2 or something from the past somewhere tucked, that they didn't go back and clean up, and then maybe they might get a memory here and there once every year, and maybe they don't pull themselves to delete it. I just assume that. I just make that assumption because to me, they're 2 different things. You could have an old picture, but it don't mean you want that old thing back. So I just
Right.
choose to say this is probably the truth, but I for damn sure ain't gonna go look. Now that's just me. I ain't gonna hurt my
Yeah.
own feelings now. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
past the time where we going through phones. That's not and I don't have the spirit for that no more. If I gotta do that, just forget it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mm-mm.
don't break your own heart. Don't
Yeah.
break your own
And I think, yeah, I don't know. I think what I would be iffy about is if you had some old freaky videos, because what you got them for?
what you
That
got there
to
for?
me is a little bit extreme.
But some people feel like some people feel like it's just porn at that point. Like, if you
Uh,
watch porn, it's like
uh,
porn.
mm,
No?
I don't want nobody watching. You watching porn of your ex is weird to me. I don't know. I think
Mm,
just delete those. You know what I mean? But
for sure.
I could see pictures I don't think would bother me. But the old free videos, you got to get rid of them. Them got to go.
But are we talking let me just also be clear, just pictures in the phone. What if you go and you see behind your, person's, I don't know, in they little picture frames, they got an old picture from when they went to Six Flags and got it them old picture books, whatever?
Do people still have photo albums? I only
They
got the ones from that my mama had when we was growing up. I don't have ones that I started directly, like of exes. I don't have none of that.
I legitimately have a picture book, because, I was born in the '80s, 1980s, and, I have pictures in there, but, none of exes, but I'm just saying, if you were to find an old picture from, your person's past relationship, a physical picture, are they supposed to throw those away or no?
I don't know that I would want you to. I think
Mm,
we all have previous experiences with people,
yeah.
and I think memories are memories. And I think if I feel confident in our relationship, I don't really give a damn. It was a memory for you. It was a point in your life. You have a physical picture, it's probably because it was a representation of a point in your life.
Mhm.
That wouldn't really bother me. Again, a freaky video. Now, if you pulled out a VHS and it was a freaky tape, now we got a problem. Because what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, get rid of that thing. Now that's for
Yeah.
sure. I got you. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
What do you got for us? Take us to the internet.
Okay, well, this one is definitely blowing up the internet, all right, and it shocked a lot of people. So I'm just scrolling, minding my good old business. And as
Good
I was
business.
scrolling, I came across this blog that showed little baby backstage. And I guess little baby forgot where he was at because there was people that caught him having a conversation with a DJ. But the DJ's hand took a interesting turn. And so if you got it, you can pull it up. I just want the people in
Oh,
the
I
chat to
had it ready because I saw what you saw and I'm trying to figure out what was happening. So let me
so
know
let's
when you
watch.
want me to hit play.
Yeah, hit play because maybe my eyes is playing tricks on me. Let's watch it.
He had a
Baby,
handful of that ass.
am I am I missing something or was it okay? The DJ's hand went straight to the left bottom cheek of little baby's ass. Was
It
it not?
didn't just go there. He grabbed him a handful of that ass. He was caressing
Was it a
that
grab?
ass. That's what it looked like to me. It very much gave bae.
It gave Bay. It didn't even give. Okay, so I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective, right? You know, back in the day when I used to go into the club and you walk through and you're trying to get through the people them, and then the
Mm-hmm.
men act like they swiping past you. The little swipe, it didn't even give swipe. It gave comfortable rest on that ass
On
while
that
while
ass.
you whisper in my ear.
Palm full of that ass.
Okay, what was that? I'm so sorry. What
It
did
looked
I
like a
miss it?
love tap to me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want nobody. First of all, I don't even like nobody all up mine like that. Well, nobody caresses my ass around like that. But
Listen.
that gave me an intimate moment that we wasn't supposed to see.
It was a little interesting to watch. I don't know what's going on now. Well, I will say also at the end of that clip, you see little baby turn around
And
and
walk
skip
away.
back down. I mean, no, it looked like a skip, if I'm being
Oh,
honest.
okay.
Shoulders was skipping. And you know, it
Mhm.
reminded me of when I whisper in Bay's ear and he give me and we
A little tap on that ass and get the
yeah.
moving. Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It gave take me through there. Take me through there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? And so, yeah, I just want to know what the people them is saying. So
I
let's
need to hear from the people. I need
I
the
want to hear
people
from
to
the
let us
people.
know, did you see a handful of that ass or did you see like an accidental, I got too low, but I meant to be touching your back
Yeah,
vibe?
maybe we're just misreading it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're just misreading it. It's one or the other. We're misreading it. These were two friends, homeboys, people that work together, and
Friends,
they were
friends,
discussing
some
something.
friends grab each other's ass. I don't,
Yeah, maybe it was casual. You know
not
what I
my
mean?
kind of
Maybe
friendship, but
I don't know. But maybe there's more to it. Maybe we got to see little baby with his little baby and he didn't anticipate that we was gonna catch it on film. But anyway, I don't know. We're gonna let the chat speculate because I'm not quite sure. I don't know.
I'm not sure neither. But you know what? Let us know what you think. Because I gotta know. But
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
now, we're gonna end on that note, which is not such a light note. It was a heavy note, a handful of hat.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the hand was heavy. The ass was
heavy. He was
heavy.
you're palming that. Anyway, listen, y'all, we could go all day, but that is it for
Whew.
today on the Group Chat is Live podcast. Thank y'all for jumping into the group chat. We love connecting with y'all. Make sure if you're watching this from YouTube, you go subscribe on Spotify. If you're watching this from Spotify, go subscribe on YouTube. If you're seeing a clip on the internet, it is the Group Chat is Live podcast on every platform. We want you in the group chat. Lock in.
Hmm.
And
Engage
until
with
next
us.
time, peace,
He
love, and chicken grease.
later.